Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Are you ready to explore the future of Linux? Today we are diving into two groundbreaking operating systems from openSUSE, MicroOS and Aeon. These are not your average Linux distributions. They are immutable, secure, and designed to revolutionize the way we use Linux. But which one is the right choice for you? Let's find out. As a bonus, I will show you how to install openSUSE Aeon step by step so you can try it yourself and experience the future of Linux firsthand. Stick around, you don't want to miss it. First, let's talk about what these two systems are all about. Both MicroOS and Aeon are built on the idea of immutability, meaning their core systems are read-only, ensuring stability, security, and resistance to configuration drift. But while they share this foundation, their purposes and target audiences couldn't be more different. MicroOS is designed as a minimalist, immutable operating system tailored for containers, edge computing, and servers. Think Kubernetes, Podman, and cloud native workloads. It's all about automation and reliability. Aeon, on the other hand, takes this same immutable design and brings it to the desktop. It's for users who want a secure, stable, and maintenance free personal computing experience. MicroOS is a dream come true for system administrators, developers, and DevOps engineers. It's perfect for containerized applications, edge devices, and lightweight servers. Aeon, however, is built for desktop users. If you are looking for a Linux system that just works, Aeon is designed with you in mind. It's about security, stability, and ease of use for personal productivity. By default, MicroOS is a headless system. It doesn't come with a graphical interface unless you set it up yourself. Aeon, on the other hand, is preloaded with a desktop environment, often Qemu, ready for you to start using right away. MicroOS excels in hosting containerized applications like Podman or Kubernetes clusters. It's also great for edge computing and lightweight server deployments. Aeon is ideal for desktop users who want a system they can rely on without constant tinkering, perfect for laptops and personal desktops. Both systems use transactional updates. Updates are atomic and can be rolled back effortlessly if something goes wrong. The difference is in the focus. MicroOS updates target server-grade components, while Aeon's updates include desktop software and graphical applications. Immutability is at the heart of both distributions. It ensures consistency, reliability, and security. You will install most applications as containers using tools like Flatpak, Podman, or similar, keeping the core system untouched. Let's sum it up. MicroOS is all about servers, containers, and automation. Aeon brings immutability to the desktop for everyday users. If you are setting up a containerized environment or a lightweight server, MicroOS is your go-to. For a secure and hassle-free desktop experience, Aeon is the future. Now that we have explored what makes openSUSE Aeon special, let's dive into the installation process. To get started, you will need to download Aeon. For more information and downloads, you can check out these links. The official MicroOS site is this one, microos.opensuse.org. Okay. And you may check my other video about MicroOS for more information. The Aeon portal on openSUSE wiki, this one, okay, you will get information about installing software, install guide, encryption, troubleshooting, okay, most of the information needed about it. And then the dedicated Aeon desktop site, and it is aeondesktop.github.io. and it has the download link directly and the install guide and also the documentation. You may also check the rest of the website for more information about Aeon. Okay. These pages have all the resources you need to get started, including the latest downloads and the documentations. The most important thing that I would like you all pay attention to it when you go to the installation guide and you go with the steps. The first step, which is creating the USB stick, or in my case, I will be installing Aeon on a KVM machine. Okay, so if you are going to install Aeon on physical hardware, so do exactly as this command. Okay, because when you read the manual, any alteration to the image, the installation will fail, because as we said earlier, that Aeon is still in release candidate. So you don't want to have any bugs or strange errors while you are installing Aeon. So make sure that you have a big enough USB stick to create the boot for Aeon. And they mentioned also, if the USB is big enough and you are going to install it in a compatible OS like other flavored Linux or openSUSE, and especially if the installation on a PTRFS file system and home mounted as a sub-volume, so the installer will back up your data. My personal advice, uh, don't do that, because still it's in release candidate. We can trust it when it's a final release. So now if you are going to install Aeon on an existing installation of a previous operating system, so try to back up your home folder on another USB disk, or whatever your tool for backing up your data. So make sure your important files are backed up. Or you may safely go with my steps in installing Aeon on a VM, just to have hands on and play with it and see if you are comfortable with the idea that Aeon built on, which is transactional update. So till its final release, then you can make the decision to install Aeon on a physical hardware. So first, as we said, you may create your USB using the command mentioned on the installation guide of Aeon from their official website. And as you can see that I did it for myself, because you are going to use this USB stick to install the virtual machine. So in all cases, you need to burn this image to a USB stick. So first you need to do that. So on my machine, it took around 57 minutes to create the USB stick. Okay. Also, you can extract the image using the command XZ, as you can see. And after that, you can use the DD command. But make sure that when you are using the DD command after extracting the image, make sure that it has the same option that as stated on Aeon official website or in their official installation guide. So you have to make sure about that. So after we create the USB, let's move forward and have our VM to continue with the installation of Aeon. Before you open your KVM Virtual Manager, the GUI, and creating the VM, make sure that these two packages are installed on your system. Also, Aeon is very sensitive to secure boot and for the trusted platform module TPM. So without these things, your installation will fail for sure, because Aeon is doing encryption to the to the disk that you will that the installer will install Aeon on it. So keep these points in mind. So as you can see here, this is my final configuration for the VM that I will install Aeon on it. So for the disk, make sure that it is IDE disk. Okay. And here for the system, make sure that the chipset is i440FX and the firmware is UEFI. For the stick USB, you have two ways to connect it to the VM. By choosing USB redirection, okay, or you can do add hardware and you go to USB host device, and if you know your USB, and you can just press finish and it will be added as a USB. Okay. The other thing is the TPM, the trusted platform module, and make sure it is emulated and the model TIS and version 2. Okay, this will be used for the disk encryption. And to show you how to do that, you can press on plus for add, forward, and here just you can choose any ISO, as make sure that it is based on openSUSE. For Aeon, you choose the type of the machine is tumbleweed because it's based on tumbleweed. Okay, and you press forward. You give here the memory and the CPU. Okay, and after that you can go here and where you are saving your files for the disk that will be used as a virtual disk for your VM. And you can press add here, give a name and the size, and you press finish. It will be created. I will just showing how to, let's assume that it's just created now, and I will say choose volume and then forward, because of course it's in another machine, but I will cancel at the end step. So when you reach here, this you can give a name for the VM. Okay, and make sure to press on customize and press finish. When you go to this window, you don't need more than USB redirection, so keep one. And here for the disk, okay, you make it SATA, okay, because it will be read as an IDE, and you press, or yeah, you choose it SATA. And for the CD-ROM, we don't need it, just remove, delete. Okay, and the most important thing is to add TPM here, and as I said, make sure that TIS and version 2, and you press finish. Okay, so once you are satisfied about the configuration, you can press begin installation. One more thing to add here, because I forgot to talk about here to choose the chipset and the firmware. So make sure that you choose the chipset is i440FX, and for the firmware, if you installed the OVMF and OVMF tools, you should go down and find um, this one. Okay, so make sure that your configuration is like that, and especially for the firmware UEFI. Okay, and your installation will go smoothly. Of course, maybe you need to redo the installation again. Okay, so I will do cancellation here, and I will close this. And once you say begin installation, it will be the same like that. And I will go here, but because of course it's, let's do force reset, and I press escape, so to go to the UEFI. So now the USB is not there, so I will go here and I will find redirect USB device, and I will look for it and I choose it. I press close. Here inside this menu, if I go and I go back, so now here I see the USB. I press enter, and then this window you can choose advanced or Aeon installer. You go direct to Aeon installer, and again it pretty much looks like all openSUSE installer. Just keep in mind one thing. During the installation for the first time, let's keep in mind that I already have Aeon installed on this VM. But if you are going to install it on a fresh disk, nothing there like a fresh created VM, there is a big chance that the installation will fail first time. Just redo the installation and it will be successful the second time. So now Aeon is started from the USB flash and here install now. Here because it encrypted the disk and I don't know what is the password, so I will try to enter my username password. Maybe they used it. Yeah, they didn't use the password that I entered. So anyway, it's a fresh installation. To show how Aeon is installed, I will say skip and it will ask me proceeding with fully erased disk, and here I press yes. Now the OS will start deploying. It will take some time. Also, as I said earlier, this all showing case for the installation, and don't forget that Aeon is still in a release candidate, so it's on you to test, and if you face any kind of bug, make sure that to raise it for the openSUSE team so they can learn about it and try to fix it before the final release. So in case you saw this message, don't worry, just press OK. And here it's showing us failed. So we will redo it again to show that from the second time it will go with the installation. So now let's try redo the installation. I will fire up and I will press escape to get me to choose the boot device, and I use the other option USB host. So I choose the USB and then I will hit enter to redo the installation all over again. And actually it's a known bug and it's already raised on openSUSE bug report system. So here we will do again the same step. Install now. I will say skip and then I will say yes, and I will let the deploying do its work again. And we can see here it's configuring the encryption, which is a good sign. If you saw this, so the installation is going to be successful. And now this last step, do full screen here. Maybe we will see the OK. Yeah, we can see the OK. And now we have Aeon installed on our system, installation complete. So we can reboot the system. And we wait for the reboot. And as you see, the installation got successful from the second time. I don't know why. As you can see the message, after the reboot, it will take few minutes because after that there are few steps left for the username creation, password. So now this will bring you to the steps to finish the installation. You can choose the language and then the keyboard, and here you can choose your time zone and you press next, and then you can put your name and username, and here you enter your password. Okay, and then next, and now start using Aeon. So we can welcome to customize. Maybe if you want to install some extra packages on Aeon, you have a limited list, but most used software like VLC, maybe Steam, uh, maybe LibreOffice. So the choices are yours. So if you press OK, it will install the already the default that already chose before by Aeon. So here, OK. We can open the terminal And the nice thing is about Aeon that sudo is configured out of the box for the username, but it will always ask you for the username. Sudo -i, then you can enter your password and it will bring you to the root session. If you want to change your hostname ctl, argument hostname, and you put your hostname. Okay, and if I logged out and I logged again, so now the hostname changed. So again, here the system is managed by transactional update command. So you may want to do distribution upgrade to your system once you install it. So let's this command finish and check if there is any upgrade for the system. Okay, nothing. So again, if you want to install a package as we show in my earlier video about MicroOS, it will be the same. So I installed new fetch, and again you can open a new terminal and snapper ls, and here password for sudo. So let's press yes, and we can see here snapper ls. It will list the snapshot that the command created. Okay, and after the installation, don't forget to do apply, and then you can do reboot. So now, while I'm this shell, I don't need to open a new one. I can have the command there and I can run it. And this is how to install Aeon. And for managing Aeon, it's almost the same like MicroOS, using the command line transactional update for upgrading your system. But the difference, as we stated before, that on Aeon, it's focused on the system as a end user system. So generally it will upgrade everything on your system, including the packages that you installed. Also MicroOS doing the same. So now this was the installation of Aeon, and I hope it was clear and you will be able to do the same on your VM or maybe a physical hardware. So, what do you think? Are openSUSE MicroOS and Aeon the future of Linux or just a hype? Let me know in the comments below, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on the all things Linux. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.